You see the market? You're terrorizing your own people. Come on now. We have become spiritually lost, not realizing that there's no separation between the spiritual and the physical world. Hermetic principle taught you that, as above, so below. So is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. When you look at the physical world, you're looking at the spiritual world. And if you act like a fool 23 hours a day, you cannot meditate for an hour and think you've escaped your foolery. Real people see you. So you have to be reformed by way of your actions and by way of your behavior. That's your reformation. Your relationship to your people. That's your vibration. And if you're relating from positivity, from genuineness, from authenticity, if you're relating from that, that vibration will create a shield of protection where black devils can't even get into it. White devils or black devils can't get to that because there is a fear of truth surrounding you based upon your own right action. Based upon your own. And then now you attract people based upon this right and genuine action. And that is your circle. Do you see the point I'm making? That is your protective circle. So you don't have to sit and meditate that the purple and white light is surrounding you. You will attract to you what you are on. And if you are on bullshit, you're going to attract it to you. Bottom line. The Secret didn't teach you that. They said, hey, if you think positive and you think this, you can attract something positive. But there's no way you can act a damn fool and attract something positive. If you act a fool and you act on foolishness, you will attract foolishness to you no matter what you think. Your thoughts. I'm about to go deep. I didn't mean to go this deep. Your actions are crystallized thoughts. See, they make you think that your thoughts are just running through your head. That's a thought. But if you read some old Christian Science or some old metaphysical books, Ernest Holmes, they'll tell you thoughts are things. Wait a minute now. How is a thought a thing, but it's running into my mind? Explain this to me. Thoughts are things, meaning that everything you see in the physical universe is thought. It is crystallized thoughts. So the thoughts that you think are running through your mind is like static electricity. Those thoughts do not have density. They're just like static. That's why you can have such an array of them. So many of them. And they don't manifest. Because it's static. It's like a static. But when that thought becomes so powerful, where it becomes electricity, where it becomes like lightning, now it has took on density where it can become manifestation. Y'all hear me? Thoughts don't manifest things. Listen. Thoughts become manifestations through density, becoming more dense, through more focus, through more shaping and molding. Do you see the point I'm making? Your physical. Ready? It was like a cartoon.
So these are islands on the coast of California called the Guam Islands. Novel, could you push off? Okay.
Physical world. Y'all know what I'm saying? Those thoughts become denser and take on form. They take on formation. Information turned to formation. It became information. It became form. Y'all follow what I'm making? So while we thinking these thoughts are running through our heads are going to manifest, no. They will become manifestations if they reach the level of density. Through consistency. Do you see the point I'm making? That's deep. Thoughts don't manifest things. Thoughts become manifestations. Thoughts are things. Everything you see around you is crystallized thought. It is crystallized energy. Now, if you see crystallized energy all around you, look around, you see nothing but crystallized energy. Those are crystallized thoughts. So you cannot just be in your mind thinking, saying, oh, this is going to manifest, it's going to manifest. You have to shape your reality. You have to form yourself in the image and likeness of that which you want to manifest. Do you see what I'm making? Constantly. It's a constant discipline. That's when I go and argue internal martial arts versus metaphysics. That's a whole lecture. I'll go into this. Internal martial arts is the next level of metaphysics. Do you see the point I'm making? Because now the thought, the internal martial art realizes the inseparable connection between thought and matter. Your metaphysician don't see this. They don't see the difference between the thought and the material world. The metaphysician sees the thoughts as something ephemeral and something existing in a realm independent of itself that affects the material world. It's metaphysical, beyond the physical. The word meta, you see the point I'm making? But what the internal martial arts realizes is that chi or prana is everywhere. This energy is every and all thing, touching all things. It is the existential or omnipotent, omniscient manifestation. Y'all don't hear me. I hope I'm not going too deep for you. So by realizing that, you go beyond a certain type of individualism of thinking that you are the thinker thinking and manifesting things, to realizing that your thoughts are crystallizing, are shaping the universe. So you will be a better creator, a better effector, once you start to reform yourself physically. Because if your mind can't shape your own body, how the hell are you going to shape the universe? The internal martial arts realize this. The martial artists realize this. If you can't affect this physical body right here in a realistic manner, you understand the point I'm making? In an evident manner. How are you going to touch the whole universe out there? How can the universe hear you way out in the infinite if your body right here can't hear you? Ain't that deep? So that means you have to shape this cipher. You have to shape your individual universe before you can affect the ultimate universe. You have to get this body in this form to listen to you, to take on the shape of your mind, the shape of your attitude. Do you understand what I'm making? Before you can get the universe to take on the shape. That's the difference between martial arts and metaphysical thought. Now, of course, through thinking, you can create enough static electricity to make some things happen here and there. But it seems like you can never control it. Why did that thought you thought work and the other one didn't? Because, of course, you're getting some static density over time. But you are unable to affect it. Because if you can't affect your own universe as an individual in a controlled manner, there's no way you're going to affect the entire universe, the reality and the experiences of other people, if you have not mastered discipline. That's why it says in the scripture, the man who has mastered himself has mastered more than the man who has mastered many nations. Why do it say that? He who has mastered himself has mastered more than a man who has mastered many nations. Because nations revolve around that which is solid. If you become solid, you add form to the universe. Y'all didn't hear me. When you become solid, the universe has form. Some people go out in the world looking for form. They've not become solid. They try to take on the formation of other things. This is what the Joneses said. This is what they said on TV. This is what's going on. Everything going on with them. Everything is always going on but them. Everything exists but them. How do they have any effect? How have they become anything solid? How can they affect anything if no one exists? For you to affect something, you have to become something that exists. What must you become in existence? How solid of an existence must you become to affect something? If you don't exist, if you have not become nothing in and of yourself, how are you going to have effect over everything else? If you don't become something, you just become another contributor to the chaos. You see the one making? They don't hear me with that. Until you become solid as an individual. Solid means now your form has taken on structure. You give structure to the universe. You want to see the universe change? Become something that can change it. Don't wish for change. Don't think about change. Become the reality of change in your own personal universe. And I guarantee the universe will change around you. That power will go out. It will start to expand from you making yourself solid. It will expand from you solidifying your own experience to beginning to solidify the experiences of others. But if we can't solidify our own experience, we're not going to be able to affect our community. We're not going to be able to affect other people in a positive manner until we solidify ourselves. And that's what people who are with the New Thought movement miss. That you are already a reality. Your thoughts don't just create realities. You are a walking reality. Every day, every moment of your existence, you are a walking, moving reality. And I ask you, as this walking and moving reality, what type of reality is that you're walking, moving, and being? What type of reality are we walking, moving, and being on a daily basis? Is that a clear and focused, concise reality? Or is that a reality that is chaotic? Is that a reality that is unsolid, that lacks form? What type of reality are we creating? We got to ask ourselves that. If we don't know what type of reality we're creating as individuals, what type of reality we are, we don't have to worry about the reality of the universe. Forget the type of reality that you live in. What type of reality are you? That's a deep question. That's a question that's never been asked before to people, that they've never asked themselves. And that's the difference between the internal martial art spirituality and the metaphysical reality. That thoughts become manifestations. And we are a walking thought. We're not just thinkers. We're walking thoughts. We are the product of our thoughts that have taken on form. If we think about discipline, our body takes a certain posture. If we think about pleasure, our body takes a certain form. Whatever we think about, we shall become. And through our becomingness, we shall affect and attract the universe. That in the universe. So we gotta not so much focus on what is that we want, but focus on what we are becoming. That's deep. That's a different perspective. Most people every day are focusing on what they want. I want this, I want that. But not focusing on what they're becoming. So their old age creeps up on them. Not even aware of their posture. Not aware of their character. Not even aware of their persona. They're only focused on what they want. Not realizing that what they want is causing you to become something. You see people and they say, hey, I want to be a police officer. And you see these police officers with this type of rigid attitude. This type of rigid, arrogant attitude. And I'm not speaking for all police officers in general, but I'm saying most of them. That job